All right. Mike is on. Good. Faulkner fixes all here. I'm just going to eke in one last live feed before I have to do the total cleanup of the living room. I said I was going to be chilled for a while, but I just couldn't chill. Okay, what happened was I went to the scrapyard today down at Biltmore Scrap and Iron and was looking for some steel for this railing I'm building in the backyard. And of course, I looked behind some big piles of broken trucks, and somebody had hidden this. That is a common thing. The people, the regulars there that hang out all day and wait for people to unload their trucks of junk, they sometimes they don't have any money, and they just sit there and wait. And if they see something good, they go and hide it. Well, I've talked to the scrapyard guys, and they don't even play that stuff. If it's here in the yard, it's for sale, and usually bikes are $7, so they don't even weigh them. They're really cool there. There was a bunch of kids' bikes and some crappy mountain bikes, but I saw one of these sparkly grips kind of peeking out from some wrecked tanker truck. Somebody was trying to pull a fast one until they could get the money. Hey, in my defense, they weren't going to get much for this bike, even fixed up. This is just a $45 to $60 bike. This is nothing to write home about, but there's parts on there. We could either part this one out, and I'm really tempted. I have this green Montgomery Ward's cruiser bike that I've dialed all in with a stick shifter and all this stuff, and it's a runner, but it needs a back hub, and this rear wheel would go right on there, and it doesn't have the green seat that came with it originally, and it doesn't have these Western Flyer grips, which would be wrong for a Montgomery Ward, but it'd be close enough. Anyway, I'm really tempted to just part it out, but I don't know. We're just going to make it run first, and then we'll go test it at Bent Creek. There's some issues, and we'll go through it. They really didn't know what they were doing. If bikes could talk, this one really has some weird stuff. Somebody really tried to make this a runner, and they just didn't quite get it. The cabling, especially, and it's just a cheap department store bike from mid-'70s. Anyway, so let's dive into it. First thing I noticed is this atrocious cabling. Yeah, really bad. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, it's a Shimano 333, and there's the Shimano shifter right here. I mean, that's all good. The ferrule's still in there. And then they've got this, it looks like one of those cables with the extra stiff SIS stuff in it. It's like extra stiff, which is totally unnecessary. It's one of those index shifting cables, I believe, and another ferrule. So they really went hog wild on that. But this doesn't go here. This piece goes here. You can actually see where it used to be mounted. And the cable, the bare cable, oh yeah, look, it is that terrible cable. Look at that. It's got, get it off. And this goes here. The cable goes down and connects the wheel. Let's see, I'm gonna get the wheel in there. Can you see the wheel? Where's my hand? Yeah, goes to that plastic wheel. And then it comes out of the wheel. And since the wheel is there, it doesn't need any holder right here. It goes right to this fulcrum piece. And what kind of Wicked Wednesday stuff is what's underneath that? That's really bad. And then this pin's about to break out. Yeah, it's a Shimano 333. It's a decent hub made in Japan. It's not Stormy Archer. And then they've got this cable here, which isn't too bad. At least it's the right kind. And then it comes up to this piece, which is wrong. And then this brass nut here. That's wow. That's really a work in progress there. I have never seen a brass nut being used to pinch the brake. We're going to have to, I don't think I have one that I brought out here, but we'll take that off. And then there's some Cane Creek pads, and the fronts are really nice too. And those are definitely coming off. I can use those on a different bike. When I saw that, I was like, okay, that's worth the $7 right there. These are really nice pads. I mean, I don't know where they got them for this bike. They're absolutely useless for this bike, especially when the brake is loose already.
And then you got this weirdness. And the chain is too short. They put a new chain on. There's a nice master link right there, but the chain is too short. It needs to be back more. And it's a fairway flyer. It's probably mid-70s. It's got the green saddle. Yeah, it's got some nice green grips. Now, these are correct. Western Flyer used 10-speed brake bars, and they just kind of, it was the same brake lever. They just kind of made it to fit both bikes. And yeah, we're going to change. We're not today, but those are going the way of the Dodo. The only redeeming quality of those is you can use 10-speed cables with them because it has the mushroom end, but those are going bye-bye. No way. Yeah, and so it has a broken reflector. I don't really care about that, except it's sharp. The fenders could be touched up. I'm not really too worried about it. It is a Western Flyer. Western Auto Stores. These were sold in Western Auto Stores. Sometimes they gave them away when you bought a set of tires. Anyway, the MOM, I believe, is Murray, Ohio Manufacturing. It says MOM there. You know, the chrome's decent on the bars. And the kickstand kind of is a little lame. Cranks are straight. They appear to be in the straight up and down. When you look down them, they're straight. That's good. This is definitely the cheaper kind that really have to be adjusted perfectly. I don't think the kickstand, this kickstand might just have to go. It's pretty bad. Back wheel is fairly true for a department store wheel. Front wheel is decent. It's got a big whop, I'm sorry. And the liner, I did look inside the front wheel, and the liner is bad on that, but I brought some used ones in, and I brought one I made in. So here we go. We're really going to work on this about an hour and a half because wifey is on her way, and this is good. I did some cleaning, so this is pretty minor to clean up this stuff. So I did do some cleaning, so heads won't roll, and I'll still be alive. Anyway, actually, she doesn't care. Well, I mean, she does care. She wants to come home and have dinner in her living room, not to see the 1978 Western Flyer fresh from a scrapyard with Biltmore dust on it. You know. Let's read. So, hey, Fred, you're here. Cool. I'm glad you could make it. I didn't know if you were just being tricky on Facebook, leaving it on all day. I don't know. Anyway. Travis Conister. Hey, I went to the bike shop here in town and asked Jason, did he have that fork? He said he never heard of that color fork. From his 30 years on working on bikes, he said he has the green Stingray ones. Oh man, that was our last shot, dude. Looks like you're gonna get this Western Flyer instead. Not the color you're looking for. No, the Stingrays are really a beautiful green, a flamboyant green, like a lime green. Yeah, but so he never heard of it, huh? Well, he needs to go back to school. Okay, Travis Conister. Sorry, man. I tried. He said that the fork got to be rare since he's never heard of it. Yeah, it's man, when I saw that frame on eBay, I snatched it up. It was cheap too. Wifey may walk through the door while you're doing 8 o'clock. She's warned me. I wouldn't. This place is going to be spotless at 7. So I can only do this till the dogs start crying for their food in about an hour and a half. So yeah, this is a quickie. Okay, we're not going to convert this to 5-speed. We're just going to fix the front liner, pump it up, fix this ridiculous cabling. I don't know what these people are doing. I like, what is this? What's behind this piece of rubber? What's behind door number 2? Fred just got done mowing some of the lawn. Yeah, you mow that lawn. Your neighbors are excitable over there about their lawn. I mowed the front today. It took me about 10 minutes. I know that you only did about 10 minutes of mowing because your lawn is puny. So quit sniveling. Travis, I'm sorry I tried. Hey, man, you tried, and you tried more than anybody else. I mean, a few people kind of threw me some photos of different stuff for sale, and it was all the wrong stuff. Opaque green is, It's not this green, you know, it's different. Anyway, let's jump into this. We got about an hour and a half. I do want to make this a runner. I am going to test it at Bent Creek. It's not going to be a 5-speed. I'm not going hog wild on this. This is a $7 scrapyard bike that some old timers probably hid behind a broken Ford F600 tanker truck. That's what they do there when they don't have any money. They you know, they only have a few bucks. They know the bike costs $7 and they look around and they just hide it somewhere. I've talked to the guys there. They're like, hey, if it's here, it's for sale. We don't like people hiding stuff. Anyway, probably someone pulled it out of the pile and hit it. And I'm sorry, you know, in my defense, like I said earlier, even if this is all fixed up, they're going to get like 45 bucks or 50 bucks. So, and the people, I hate to say it, but the people at those scrap yards, let's just say their mechanical skills are, well, if you're hanging out at a scrapyard all day in a chair and on a little umbrella, maybe I should just be quiet. Anyway, most of the guys there that I see hanging out all day are just wanting to resell stuff. They're not, I mean, I doubt they would even try to pump this thing up, but we're going to pump it up. We got spare tubes right here. We've got some old nasty rim liners and we got elbows. Okay, so let's quit yakking. Hey, thanks for trying, Travis. You know, I didn't see Fred out there looking around. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, this cabling is really atrocious. I can't deal. This is one of those stranded cables for mountain bikes, and it's got the super pokey index shifting cable stuff, and I don't know what the heck's in there. What is going on? Is there a little pouch of money in there? And then the whole back brake cable going to this mountain piece, which I can actually use on another bike. And then these beautiful Cane Creek, these are really nice. That was worth the $7. Anyway, let's get some of this crap off of here. I can't deal. And let's just start snipping stuff off because I can't even deal. I'm just over it. Yeah. I'll try to reuse this cable. It might be long enough. Travis Conister, have you found any good bikes in the scrapyard? Yeah, this is it right here. Good. Oh, you mean like in the past? It's, nothing Schwinn. A few really old skip tooths that were all frozen, more like yard art, but I did glean some parts off of them. There was a what was the nice one? I found this really nice. I found a Schwinn Suburban there, kind of rusty. Most of it's like import stuff. Occasionally, you'll find a Western Flyer. This is probably the third, made by Murray. I found some Iversons. I found a little Stingray wannabe Iverson, missing all the good stuff, but I sold the frame on eBay. Yeah, so it's hit and miss. Most of the bikes that I found there are usually the color coordinated Huffies and Western Flyers, which I always go for. They always say something funky, like the Huffies will say summer blonde, and it'll be a yellow girl's bike with a yellow seat and yellow grips. And I always go, when I see those, I always snatch them because people like, those are all, you can fix those up and make a few bucks. Fred, you need a cable stay and a good cable. Yeah, I got the stuff right here, Fred. I got the stuff. We're gonna dig through here. Anyway, hopefully, I'm gonna take this cable off and get rid of this funky Green Mountain stuff, and we'll see if this cable is even gonna go back where it's supposed to be. I think the very first thing is we're going to cut this chunk of rubber out of here. It's just absolutely ridiculous what's going on here. I just. What happened? I don't want to scratch the chain guard, so I'm going to wrap it with an inner tube. What's under here? Yeah. I can't deal. I'm having issues. I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, I mean, I got this other bike in the basement. I could part all this out and put on, but we're just going to make this one a runner. It's going to be good. And I got about an hour and a half to do it, or heads are going to roll. yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day. I know this is kind of like a marathon of live feeds, but I actually have the time. There's this 2-week lull when art doesn't sell and there's no framing jobs to do, and I'm not making frames for my wife for her artwork. Oh man, it's another one of these funky. Oh man, you guys got to see this. Oh my god. I thought this one was bad. Can you guys see that? But look at this. Looks like someone drilled out a penny or something. Brass washer. Okay. Brass bolt with a drilled out penny, a copper washer, another snap washer, another small flat washer, and a brass nut. Oh my God. I just can't fathom. We're just going to take this off and then see what I have in my box. It's got to be better than this. And I was just barely on there too. Like all that, and they couldn't make this come back and put the cable on the plastic wheel where it goes, Anyway. If bikes could talk. But I can talk, and I'm not impressed. All right, let's take this housing off. Oh my God. I've seen some bad stuff, but I just had to do this live feed on this one. When I loaded it in the truck, I took a quick look at it once it was in the back of the truck, once they had my $7. And I just started laughing. I was like, oh, I got to do a live feed on this one. This is fantastic. Okay. The little plastic ferrule is still in decent shape. I like to use metal ones. If you can find them, Schwinn makes metal ones like this, but this one still will probably work. So we'll put this down here. But when you find those metal ones, try to use those. All right, so this will slide through. I know it won't because they have that stupid brass nut on there. Oh my God, I'm losing it. Oh, man. I don't know, folks. I should work on something else. Like maybe I should go back to school for computers or something. Editing. I don't think so. Okay, we're just going to pry this off. It's the wrong way to get it off, but I don't feel like dealing with that nut. Now this is supposed to go here, I'm pretty sure. We'll just put this to the side for a second. Okay, we got to snip that off. And I don't have the right snippers. And let's see, we'll get this. So if you're just tuning in, I bought this for $7 at Biltmore Scrap Iron. And actually, I was going to Habitat because they sometimes have bikes. But unfortunately, they're very overpriced there. I don't know. And I used to work for Habitat, and I understand. I was their delivery driver, picking up items and stuff. Habitat's got, tires is not worth $75. I mean, I'm sorry. That's a $25 bike all day. It was a girl's bike, had flat tires. The cables were all frozen. And it was a early 70s Free Spirit. And I was just kind of like, really? And then, so I decided I would just go next door to Biltmore Scrap and look around. And I'm not going to pay $75 for a Free Spirit. And plus, I don't think that Free Spirit was even made in the U.S. It was just so, Anyway. All right, so let's get this off. This has got to go. And we might have to take this cover off because it's a 333 and not a Sturmey Archer. Sturmey Archer, you can kind of pop the shifter and push it through. And I don't think this is that style. It's probably some spiders living under here or something. Let's see. Travis Conister, what's that bike that looks like the Stingray? It was called a Spider. Oh, yeah, the Sears Spider. Yeah, some of them were like a dark blue, dark green, chrome chain guard, and the chain guard had a decal that went into a point, and it says Spider. Sometimes Iverson or Huffy had one called the Drag Stripper, but the Spider was, I'm pretty sure it was a Sears Spider. Yeah, they're coming around. You know, anything non-Stingray that's a muscle bike, you can make a few bucks on it if it's not all bent. The problem is the quality. Oh, just one Spider. That's pretty good. Oh, they used the wrong cable. Great. Oh, the hits just keep coming, man. Yeah. Oh, it's the wrong cable. Jesus, folks. Okay. Yeah, anything that's non-Stingray. What's going on here? Oh, dear. So, let's take this drill out penny. Did you know that drilling pennies out is actually illegal? It's called defacing currency. I don't think this is actually a penny. I don't know yet. We'll find out. You can't drill out. You're not supposed to deface currency. And I always wondered about those machines at the, like in the fair or the airport, when you put the penny in and you imprint like some city, or it makes it into a little mini belt buckle. Or I always wondered if those were legal, but it does say there's some disclaimer in those machines. But you're not supposed to deface currency. It's like messing with the flag. You're not supposed to have a American flag, underwear or something. You're not supposed to drill a penny out. Anyway, yeah, that's defacing currency. And it's not. It's just some funky copper washer that I thought was a drilled penny. If they did drill this penny, they filed it really good to make sure they weren't going to jail. Okay, so that's whatever was that about. Yeah, they ruined almost everything about this Shimano 3. There's the thing they ruined there. Oh, they snipped the cable off. I see. That's the original cable. Yeah, I thought it was repair end. No, that's the original. That was their idea of repairing it. They bolted another repair cable to it. I see now what the rubber inner tube protector was for. Oh, God. What am I getting into? All right, so wrong cable, wrong everything. It's coming out. This cable is supposed to have a barrel end, and it doesn't. It has a little 10-speed Shimano end. It was probably working okay, but if we have another one that's right, I'll use it. I think Fred gave me one a while back. I'll look in my pile. I might have one. Or a Schwinn. This Schwinn end for Schwinn 10 speeds. That might go in there with a little filing. We'll see. But this has got to go. This is crap. So let's snip this off of here. Yeah, the scrapyard's hit and miss. I could just see the old timer coming back tomorrow. Man, somebody found my bike. But I've asked the guys who work there, and they say, no, we don't like people hiding stuff. If it's here, it's for sale. So bring it on up. Because I was worried once. Oh, when they jammed this in here, we got to get that out. Okay, so this is not the kind of cable to use for a 3-speed. That's some kind of mountain, Jaguar. I think it is. It's called Jaguar. It's for, there you go. It's for mountain bikes. It's for really stiff, like hydraulic brakes. It's a great cable, and I guess they thought they were doing the right thing, but it's not the right thing for this bike. All right, so we got this Jaguar thing shoved in here. We need this piece. We don't, this ferrule here, I guess we could leave it on, but it'd be nice if it came off. All right, let's take this cable out of here. All right, so now I guess the thing to do would be to look in my box of goodies and see what exactly we have for Shimano 333. Or if we don't, then Fred's going to have to hook me up, because I know he has it. He's got the universal cable just sitting there in the package ready to go. Travis Conistor, I think it was called the Western Flyer Spider. Yeah, Sears made a Spider too. I think the Sears Spider was spelled Spyder, so they could just make their own deal. Yeah, Sears had a Spider. They had a 24-inch one with a 24-inch slick and little tiny cranks, and you could barely even ride it. It was, the middle-sized kid bike for bullies or something.
and it was spray. It was color. It was a very colorful paint job, like blue to red to green kind of thing. Yeah, and then the Western Flyer probably did have a Spider that was spelled like Spider, but the Sears Spider was spelled Spyder. And, all those are worth money now. I do, when I find them, I just fix them and sell them. Frederick P., I like to run the shifter cable on the bottom tube. That's where it's going. Dude, yeah, it's going here. Travis, I know I had a 5-speed shifter on the top tube. Like, guys, yeah, everybody was jumping on the bandwagon when Stingray was popular in the 70s when the crates were out. Everybody was jumping on. Ross had one, the Ross Apollo, Sears Spider. Oh, there's Iverson drag stripper, the Huffy wheel that had a car wheel on the front of it. Yeah, it was good. Kids were getting really hurt in the early 70s. Let's see. Travis Conister, you plan on keeping that bike or just fix it up? I don't know yet. I was going to part it out for this other green bike I have that could really use these two items. But I think I'm just going to, I'll probably resell it once I go through it. But the fact that it's a 3-speed, it's going to be a rough sell around here. But we'll see. I'll probably just resell it. I'll try. I mean, I'm sitting on some Schwinn's that aren't selling. So I'll fix it and we'll go thrash it around at Bent Creek and see how it does. And probably do really. Actually, these Shimano 3s, they shift really good. They actually, I hate to say this, they shift better than the Sturmey Archers, but they're not rebuildable. Some of them are not rebuildable. Okay, let's keep going. All right, we're going to look at my box of goodies. And maybe Fred won't have to come over and give me some parts. We got a chain. We're not going to put that on yet. We got some universals. Let's see here. Oh, there's a Shimano cable. No, it's not. Dang it. It's not the round end. Hang on. You guys still there? Okay. Oh, we got some blue twist grip. Oh, yeah. Twist grip 3. Yeah. Let's save that for something else. Not really big on. Oh, here's another 333 shifter. That's good. Still has to have the barrel end though. Let's see here. There's a whole bunch of stuff. None of it. This is all Sturmey Archer. I can tell. Oh no, there's one. Look. Aha. There's one in there. I bet you it's not long enough though. We'll see. Well, it's a small girl's bike, so maybe it will be. Yeah, this is the Shimano cable. I'll show you what I'm talking about. That is, see how the barrel is kind of small? You see, it's a weird barrel. It's wide, but it's a barrel. Whereas the Schwinn style is a short barrel. And then the Sturmey Archer, which I don't have any of. Oh, yeah, the Sturmey Archer just has like a little thing there that clicks into the shifter. So we can't use Sturmey Archer, but we do have one. Let's put that here for a second. It's not great. Yeah, Sturmey Archer has this end here. Like it's a little crimp. Let's see, there's another Shimano. There's 2 Shimanos. That was no good. Why am I saving this junk? Well, I'm saving this junk just for this purpose because I don't have to go and buy a universal cable. Oh, look at that little devil. That's kind of a small one though. Man, I wish that worked because this is a new cable. All right, so we got that. Pop these down. And what we need is the little piece that bolts to the belt crank for repairing, but we're not worried about that yet. I'm really not worried about that. I should be, though. I'm not seeing it. Oh, here's some. No, that's the other piece.
Oh yeah, we got them. Yeah. These are Sturmey Archer, but that little bolt's in there. I'll be able to fish this Sturmey Archer wire, or it might even go right on. Let's see if it does. Yeah, we got it. If we're really lucky, this piece will go on the back here. I don't think it looks kind of small. Yeah, it's way too small. But what we can do is fish that wire out that they jacked up and shove this one back in and then use that Sturmey bolt. But let's just not get ahead of the cart here and make sure one of these is long enough and we'll go in the Sturmey Archer shifter. I'd really like to use the new one. Yeah. No, that's a no-go on that one. Dang. Really, it would have been really nice to use this new one. Darn. Okay, well, it's either put in the wrong Shimano style or put in one of these. Let's see which one of these is longest. It doesn't look great. I thought I had some brand new ones. I can always order one. When you order a universal one side of it is Sturmey Archer and one side of it is this. And you just snip it off to the appropriate, and don't make a mistake. You actually should be very careful about which one you snip. Don't be a doofus. Okay, so this one, let's see if it's long enough. It's not the greatest cable. From here, let's just put it there for a second. And there's a little action there. It comes down, goes to the wheel. Nope, that's not long enough. It would be this short up here. That's tight. That's too tight. Maybe if I move the shifter up a little bit, this one's going to be real tight. Let's see if the other one's longer. I'd rather, modify a Shimano one. And hopefully this one, if this one's like 2 inches longer, I'll use this one. Okay, who's on here? Frederick P. I have 2 different SA2 mount shifters that have to go. Oh, the stick shifter on the frame? Okay. Well, I've got a Western Flyer that has to go. Hey, Fred, you want to buy a Western Flyer? Let's see. They are both almost exactly the same. This one is slightly longer. Okay. Really don't have a choice. This is what we're going to use. So we're going to put it in, and we're just going to adjust the shifter up a little until I order one online. And we'll adjust this back wheel up a little bit, and hopefully it'll catch that bell crank. I have my doubts. So let's put this in. Huh. Oh man, you know what they did? I think they got this backwards. No, that's right. No, it's good. Okay. I was wrong. Oh, this cable's messed up. Oh man, guys. Yeah, this cable's no good. It's frayed right here. Man. Let's see what we got now. I wonder if we could shove a Schwinn cable in there. It's doubtful. Oh, that's going to pop out. Okay. Let's see. They had this one in. They had one of these in. I think we're going to have to use this Shimano end, the wrong end. They had it in. I've used it before. I have used these on a 333. Let's get a big long one that we know is good. In fact, we'll just get a brand new one that I have. Okay, I hate to do this, but we don't have a choice. Look, here's one I filed off. Huh. That's a pretty good one. Okay. Here's a nice long one. I'll order the right one. But for now, we just want to test the hub and see what's happening. Let's see. Yeah, you do have that man's Western Flyer. I think it's the same color. Travis, you do, man, because women's twin bikes are pretty cool from back in the day. Yeah. Yeah, I hate to part out girls from twins, but I do now and then. Okay, we're just going to shove this in. Dang, it's just not going to work. What about this other cable? Okay, this one's not great. We'll try this one. Okay, we're, 36 minutes in, and all we've done is taken stuff apart. All right, well, see what's going on here. We do actually have a Shimano cable. That's nice. Why couldn't it just be like a girl's breeze or something sitting there? I mean, why did I even buy this? Okay. We're supposed to grease this, but we can do that later. Huh. Huh. Yeah, something's funky. Something. I think they got this. They got this shifter backwards or something. Oh dear. Okay. Well, we're gonna follow through, folks. We're on it. Yeah, I think they have the arm backwards on this. And we don't have time to deal. We're just going to put this other one on. We can't even deal. We're just going to put this one on real quick. Oh, it's got a broken housing. Oh, dear. Is it the same housing? Okay, if you just tuned in, I'm trying to fix my $7 scrapyard bike. And it sucks. And the shifter, they've got the shifter all crazy. I don't understand what happened there. Okay, this one's good, except the housing's broken. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this housing off and use it on this different style. I'm pretty sure that Shimano never really changed that. Oh, it doesn't matter. Ah, okay. Damn, just betting 1,000 here. It doesn't matter because I thought it threaded into the plastic, but it doesn't. It doesn't thread into the plastic. Yeah, it's okay. Oh dear. Okay, we have a shifter. We have a shifter. Whether the cable is going to be long enough, I don't know. But we'll mount it way up here. And hopefully, let's get rid of this stupid bell. Now, I could ring this bell to annoy everybody's dogs. Yeah. Something about a jungle. Exhibit man jungle, or I don't know, just some crap on there that nobody, I don't know what that is. It's a bell, it's nothing special. Okay, so we're going to put this on. And we know that it's going to have to be closer because the cable's way shorter. So we're just going to put it in front of this other one for now. Hopefully, since we put the shifter so far forward, that'll give us enough room with this crappy cable that's kind of short until I order one. Yeah, it'll look goofy. It'll be a little harder to shift. Oops. Oh dear. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something with that. All right, let's find that silly little piece I took out. Here it is. We're gonna take this out. Maybe we'll leave this on. You know why? Because that will actually make the cable longer. That'll make the it'll make the housing longer. Yeah, we got to take this out. Let's see here. Or just grab another one. don't have another one. Dang. Well, we're going to leave that in. If it clears, if it goes past this, it does. Okay. All right, threading that in. Oh, it's not that style. Great. It's not that style. Oh, man. Oh, guys. Looking in my bag of goodies here. Here's one. Almost like we have to use this one. It won't thread in. There are these problems. Okay. Well, we're trying to make this work. It's Bear with me, folks. I'm still having issues. Okay. I'm a pain in the butt. Well, what the pain is I'm trying to use a really short cable. And it's pretty kind of iffy. That fell on the floor. Okay, we're doing good. All right. A squirrel on our deck. There's a squirrel right there. Oh. And look at my dog sleeping. There's a big chance. Oh, I think the ball is missing in here. Oh dear, this is really getting to be a pain. Okay, well. You guys are loving this, I know. All right. Well, I think the ball is missing in here. And I just dropped a bearing. Oh, no, that's something else. Okay. I think the ball is missing inside of this thing. But let's try not to lose anything. Yep, the ball's missing. Okay. We're going to put this ball bearing back in. It's getting to be a real bummer. Okay. We have the ball back in now. Wow, that's really something. Doesn't have to be that complicated, folks. A little ball bearing and a detent in there. There we go. There we go. Hear it? Okay, good. All right. Wow, that was a lot. All right, let's put this piece in that is a little bit wrong, but at least it threads in. Okay, it goes in that way. Wow, that was rough. It took like 20 minutes to figure out the shifter. What happened was, I'll show you where the ball is missing. Good. On this one. So this one I had a different style that doesn't have threads here. And that one on the bike was missing the ball bearing that goes in here. So yeah, we made it work. My God, I don't know how, but we did it. Okay, so we now have a 3-speed cable. For 333, and it's in third position now. But the problem is the cable is so short now, we're going to have to shove that way down on the bar. And they used the wrong fastener on the, man, somebody's been in here and they really were messing some things up. Let's see, can I use that other screw? No. All right, so we're gonna put this way in. We just have to, because I know that cable's super small. And if it's not, if the cable reaches, then we'll put it back to where it's supposed to be. But I don't think it's going to reach. Okay. All right, we now have 53 minutes in. There was some talking, but we now have a 3-speed shifter for 333. Yeah, it sucked. Okay, that's good. It's in third position now. We'll put this put a cable guide here, and we'll put that bracket right there. We'll put the, let's see, we'll do that right now. Let's see, put the wire through. Oh, we're gonna put the cable on. Okay, let's get a piece of cable. Doesn't have to be fancy. Anything really. Anything with a nice ferrule would be nice. Will that fit in there? Maybe. Okay. Yeah, it's nothing fancy. We're just going to test this hub. We're going to go from here and still be able to turn the bike as short as possible because we're really shy on the cable. All right, let's cut this off. Some kind of liner in here. Yeah, it looks all right. All right, let's see if we can put this through. I kind of doubt it with this white casing stuff on here. Oh, we got lucky. The white casing is going through, kind of. Not quite. Give me a second. Yeah, we got to clear this hole a little bit. It's kind of, it's catching. And now we cleared it now. We used a cheap compass from school. Okay, you remember going to school, don't you? All right. So you guys still with me? I don't take those shifters apart. Yeah, I could tell why. Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Fred, for letting me know not to take that apart. Frederick, I have some threads and some don't. Yeah, they're weird. Like I thought that piece was just going to thread in there, but it didn't. Frederick P. Man, a missing ball is the trouble. Well, we found one. And I happen to know that that's not a standard ball bearing. It's specific for Shimano shifter. They just couldn't give you a standard ball bearing that would just go in there. If you use the wrong size, it doesn't work at all. Idiots. Anyway, hey, I'm not an engineer, but I'd come up with something better than that. At least make it standard, you know, at least make it so that you got a chance, you know. Okay, here we go. 5th time's the charm. And once we get this through here, we'll put some grease on the other end that it's going to be doing stuff. Yeah, that little white casing on girls' bikes. Usually they have that, Japanese bikes. Okay, so we're gonna put some grease right here. And I don't know, this might not make it, folks. It's gonna be really tight. Oh, it'll make it. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Dude, who is the man? All right, we'll put some grease there. Liberal amounts. Yeah, we want that to be super chunky. Okay, that's pretty good. That's good. 5:45, we're doing good. Pop this in. And the ferrule won't go past that piece of junk. Great. We'll just switch this around. This ferrule won't go past that gold thing I wanted to take off so bad. So we'll just switch it around to the other side. And I know that chrome ferrule will go in that plastic piece. There we go. All right. And more grease went everywhere, which is good. Okay, that went in. That's good. Now we'll thread this in. We got to move here. The dogs are getting hungry. Is that the one? I'm trying to see if this is the one. Yeah. Okay, here's that plastic piece. I like to use a metal one, but we have plastic. That goes on like this. Goes in there. Catches into the plastic. And then this piece goes around the frame on the bottom usually. And we will put this through now since the bolt's not, oh, come here, you. Since the bolt's not through on that bracket, we can put this through it now. And in we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't like these plastic ones at all. The metal ones were on older Schwinn's, like Schwinn racers from the early 60s would have a metal catcher there. And, you know, when you find that, those don't break. The sun doesn't affect those. They just, you know, they just do cable things like they're supposed to. Okay, we're gonna make this pretty tight because we can always change this later, but I think I'm gonna have to order a universal cable and redo this part. This is just to test the hub. Yeah, we're gonna have to. That's pretty tight. It'll work though. Okay. All right, let's just check our work. We'll pull against this cable here and we'll use the shifter. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I hate to say it. Shimano 333 hubs shift better than Sturmey Archer. Yeah, you're gonna go off on me for that, but that's the way it is. They do shift better. You don't have to have that lag time of coasting in, but they are not rebuildable. Most of them are not rebuildable. When you get inside this hub, there's nothing you can change. There's no parts available. Some of them are different from other years. The races don't spin out. You're done. All right, so we did pretty good. We got a shifter up here. It's a little tight. It's over where it shouldn't be, but we have it. And we're going to go down to this little wheel here, which is really messed up. Yeah, let's spray that with something. That's pretty bad, dude. At least put some oil on it or something. Okay, the wheel is not that good. It feels terrible. All right, so this is going in. And we're still going to test it. It's on that wheel now, and we want to make sure that wheel is happy. It's not happy, but it's moving. I don't know about happy. All right, look, we have plenty of room here. We could have made the cable housing longer by quite some distance. Shoot. Oh, man. You know what? Now's the time. There's a chance that we can make this cable actually go where it's supposed to be. Because look all the room we have. This is going clear back here. This cable's going clear back to where it's supposed to be. So that's going to give us that much more room, which means we could make the cable housing at least bigger. So let's do that now. We don't have anything together. We can pull this out and change the cable housing to a longer piece. I hate to be, but we can make the cable housing a longer piece and maybe actually get the shifter up where it's supposed to go. Maybe we'll be okay. All right, let's see. And since there's grease all over this cable already, I think we're good. Just to make sure, we'll put a little more on there. All right, we've made this cable housing longer, which means we can actually put this shifter where it's supposed to be. And hopefully we have enough cable. We do. All right, put this through. A lot of work for a junky Fairway Flyer from 1978 or whatever. Yeah, this is better. See, it goes to that wheel, and we have enough room. Okay, my hands are really gross now. All right, that's good. So what we did was we made the cable housing longer so we can put this shifter back where it goes. I think we're going to be pretty good here. Let's put this through. Okay. Okay, that's still working. Okay, so now all we got to do is trim some of this plastic back and make this whole pinch bolt that isn't there, that they tried to jury rig, and make that work. And to do that, we might have to take this one that they had a bolt through and all that stuff and put this wire through from the Sturmey Archer one to that little holder. And they're both the same size, but they're a different thread. See, that's a bigger, the Shimano is a bigger thread. So hopefully, if we're able to shove this wire and catch it and pull it out, we can undo one of these little metal rods, unbend it, shove it back through, cramp that back on. It should be pretty close. I have done this before. I've broken them, but here we go. We're going to take this one out, and hopefully we can just pull it out of there. Yeah. Okay, so we snip that end so it'll come out, and hopefully, yeah, we got it. Okay, so there's the old piece that they were trying to make work. Oh, idiots. Just do it right, man. And so we know this came off of there. Let's make sure. Yes, it's good. And wow, this pin, it's missing the bolt. Great. This is missing a little bolt. I think I have another one of these though. It's actually missing there's a little tiny bolt on there. Well, we'll figure that out in a minute. Right now, we got to keep going. Oh, there's one. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one. Look, this one doesn't have a bolt. They changed it to a rivet. We might have to change over to this one. But for now, let's just keep going because we need to... make this pinch somehow. Okay, so we got to undo this. We got to make this work. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to unbend that piece and shove that wire through and put it in this other one and make a Sturmey Archer Shimano piece. It's going to be funny. Okay, we got this off. We managed to get that off. We're doing good. If we can unbend this and not break it and get it out of here and then rebend it. It's questionable. Yeah, it's close. Okay, let's read some comments while I'm trying to do it, Fred. It's close. It's going to be very close. Oh, is it even supposed to come out? Is it pressed in for good? I don't know. I have to go get a piece of welding wire. It should come out. Oh, there it is. I cut it. It came out. There's a little pin on there. Oh man, I really hope that this is the same. I'm really hoping that this is the same or shorter. It looks a little shorter. I think we're good. I'm really glad that Shimano piece is a little shorter. Okay, in we go. In we go, little buddy. Oh, it went right in. Okay, so let's just recreate this bend without breaking this. Okay, we're getting there. Now we're going to put this piece on. Man, you really got to work to get a Shimano system to work. I mean, you really got to want it. Probably why Fred doesn't mess with those. Okay, it's not great. It doesn't look fabulous, but it's on there, and I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Okay, yes, now we're going to reach into this bag of Sturmey Archer stuff, and there's one bolt left. Yeah, what happens is these bolts they give you are very cheap. You have to be so nice with these. So when you put this pinch bolt on that cable, just be super nice. And anyway, so what we've made is a Shimano pinch bolt adapter. Okay, so just be super nice with this bolt. I'm serious. It will break no problem. It will just break. It goes through here, and there's a tiny little hole drilled right there. You see it? And man, it's a very weak bolt. It's not. These are just really lame. So just be nice. Put some grease on the threads of that little part. And you have to hold it with an 8 and a 9, I think, or 2 8s. I can't remember. We should probably get those now before I'm fiddling around. Okay, so that's ready to go. And what we do have to do is strip down this plastic stuff off here. Here we go. There's a coating on some Japanese bikes. They coat it. I don't think I've seen rallies that way. Anyway, so yeah, we took that plastic stuff off. So now, where's the thing? I lost it. Oh, here it is. So now we got to put this piece on. But I'm a little concerned about this bell crank. Oh, this one. Oh, it just screws in there. Okay. I guess I'm not concerned anymore. It's just unscrewed. No, it doesn't. It's loose. It's very loose. Oh, there's a tiny little cotter key in there. There's the world's smallest cotter key. Wow. Okay, we'll have to find something to put in there, but for now, let's just put it in. All right, let's put this through. Okay, that's through. And it looks like we might need to shave some more of that plastic off. Dang. Okay. Remember the Boy Scout rule, cut away from you. Okay, got that. Man, it's taking a while. All right, got that through. Thread this on. Don't thread it all the way on. You need some adjustment. So we're going to thread it about halfway on. And then we're going to pull this and tighten these up with 2 8mm. Oh, this is such a bummer. One's a 7. And one's an 8. Great. 7 millimeter. Why do they do that to you? Probably so you can break the bolt. We got to hold that with something. Okay, so we're on the wheel. And that's in. And that's pretty tight. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to estimate where this is and then screw it on with the screw thing. So it's about an inch to that plastic. We're going to undo this and just tighten it off of this. Okay, we'll go back on here and put it about there. Okay. And we can move this wheel up and down to adjust it if we have to, but this has plenty of adjustment, and that's about an inch from there. Okay. Pretty fiddly. Okay. We now should have a shifting hub. I know that was a lot. It's on the wheel. There's the adjustment barrel. And it's clear. It's not hitting the chain. It should be down a little, actually. The chain would smack on that. I think we're gonna put that wheel down a little bit. From my experience, that has to clear the gear and the chain and all that stuff. Okay, that's too tight, but that's okay. We can put this back a little. Good. All right, we should have a running 3-speed hub right now. Except that the world's smallest cotter key. We're gonna have to deal with that, but not right now. Okay, so this is it. 1 hour and 18 minutes to make a 70s Western Flyer shift. Let's see if the hub's good. We're not going to put any oil in it yet. We're just gonna check it out. Okay, it's in third, and we're going to attempt to shift to second. Here we go. Okay, there's second. And there's first. Chain's rubbing pretty bad. Oh, chain guard's popped out a little bit. I see. There we go. All right. We have a running 3-speed bike. That only took an hour and 15 minutes or so. With used parts and 2 different shifters combined. And, Bob's your uncle. Pop this back up because we actually have the cable now to do this. I thought it was going to be too short, but I was wrong. It's just right. I probably still will order a new cable just because. Look at that. It's actually going to work. It's in the proper place. Did you doubt me? All right. Look at that. Would you look at that? We've got it. We have a running 3-speed. And it is in the right place, and you can steer. New housing. This is a really old used cable, which I will replace. But it is doing its thing. We got to put a little tiny Carter key in there. Yeah, this hub is good. It shifts good. It's a good hub. So yeah, let's run it through again just to make sure. Here's third, second, first. We got it. That hub doesn't sound that good. Let's put some oil in there. Yeah, that hub doesn't sound that great, folks. Yeah, and the cap is broken off. But we have the cap in my hand, and we can put some oil in there. And careful not to get oil on the floor. Okay, we put some in there. We'll put this little broken. These things are always so brittle. They just break right off. Actually, Sturmey Archer had some that were metal. And they would, last. But then they got cheap in the 60s. They stopped using the metal ones. All right, we put some oil in the hub. It's okay. The wheel needs a good truing, and we have to put one of these wire protector things on because I already poked my hand with that. That's no good. Okay. And I don't know where he's at. Anyway, let's move on to the back tire and see if it even takes air. This one does have a good rim liner. I looked in here, and the rim liner is in place. So let's just go for broke here and pump it up. I mean, should you expect more from a junkyard $7 bike that's been sitting many years? It should just pump right up, right? It's holding air. Okay. Valve stem's a little crooked. I think we're just going to let that be for a minute and just see if that tube even holds air. Just see. The tire's not bad, actually. Okay. Let's keep it going here. Let's keep it rolling. What I did notice was the chain was a bit on the short side. And, oh good, there's an aluminum thing. Yeah, we don't want to, just pop this wire on. Let's see if that works. Yeah, we got a little protector on there. Okay, so the chain's too short. You see this gap here. Not happening. That's not happening. It's barely even touching. So, but when we do add a link or move the chain back, we're going to have to loosen this up or move the wheel up. And I don't want to move the wheel up because I want it not to be interfering with this. We could actually move this back. And I think that's what we're going to do. We'll take this off. I know we just had it perfect. We're going to take that off. Let that slide for a minute. Just let that lay. And we're either going to add a link to this or change the chain. It looks like they did put a new chain on this, whoever was messing with this. So I brought some links, and I was going to just change the chain, but why? We've got plenty of spare links right here. And we'll just add a link. I think that's what's going to have to happen. I'll get rid of this stuff. Looks like the dogs are going to get fed. They're going to get fed at 6:30 tonight. They're okay. They had a pretty good lunch. Okay, there's the chain breaker. There is a master link on this, so we will use it. Let's see where it is. It's a decent chain, so I'm not going to change this chain. I'm going to just undo the master and add a link or two. Probably just one though. Okay, there's the master. Put that to the side for a second. And yeah. Unfortunately, all I have is this silver chain, which is a bummer because it's silver. I thought I had some other stuff. You know what? We don't care. We are going to put a piece of silver chain on here. That's the way it goes. Yeah. So there's some silver chain. I don't care. We're going to add a link. Actually, we're going to add 2 links because I'm not going to waste a half link on this bike. And we'll know what's going on here in a minute. Why that was shoved up there so hardcore. Okay, so we're going to add this silver link. I hate to, but yeah, that's the way it goes. I mean, is anyone really going to care about one silver link on a 70s Western Flyer that you got for $7? Probably not. Okay, that link's in. Okay, we're pressing this in now. Okay, it's tight, but once we get some action there, it'll loosen up. Oh, it's already loose. Okay, so now we're going to put our master link in, and we're going to shove the wheel back where it's supposed to be. But for now, let's not put it that way. Yeah, let's try a new way to put the chain on. Okay. Okay, so now we have another 2 links in there, and that's great. And I think we'll be able to shove it back more where it's supposed to go. And unfortunately, it's a silver link, but you know, we really care. At least you'll know where the master link is now. You'll be able to see that very carefully. Okay. Put this on. And always put these in the direction of the drive of the chain. You know that. You want to put this edge in the direction of the drive of the chain so it doesn't pop off on anything. Okay, that's in. The chain is very loose now. That's what we want. Let's get a wrench and kick this back. And it's a 15. Great. I forgot about how great Shimano is. Bear with me. We're looking for a 15 millimeter here, and we got one. And the problem is we have to take this bell crank off now because it's not an open end 15. That's okay. Good time to grease that little, there's a little, oops. Forgot about that pin too. There's a little rod in here. And it's all sandy and messed up, and we'll clean that and grease it too. Okay. Number 15. Maybe 2 links was too much. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, that's good. Look at that. Tight to the fender. Yeah, it's a little tight now to this fender. Yeah, Oh, we can adjust these stays. We can undo this and pull the fender out. Yeah, okay. Let's just make this right. Some kind of craziness on here, though. Some kind of weird washers and stacks of shit. Yeah. What's... Oh, I see. It's the... Yeah, there's a little piece there that... Oh, man, the hits just keep coming. Dude. Yeah, there's a little retainer piece that's on backwards. They got it on backwards. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. There we go. They had the retainer piece in a way that was crunching against the frame instead of doing retaining things. So somebody's obviously had this part, and they, you know, they know what they were doing, obviously. So this goes like that. And hopefully the retainer isn't all boned up now. There we go. Okay, the retainer is in correct now. Let's make sure that's not messed up. Okay, that's good. Decent play. And the wheel is back where it should be now. And the retaining thing that I just spun around and put on the correct side of the frame isn't mangled. And this is a little tight here, but we can undo these and pull it. It's not like a Schwinn, it's different. Well, Schwinn, you can pull it too, but you can't pull it much. This bike, you can pull it a lot because of the tolerances here are different. Okay, so now this wheel is way too far back from where this adjustment was when it was good. So, oh, we gotta put the rod back on. Duh. Okay, let's clean this rod really good. Put some fresh grease on it and shove it back in with the bell crank. Okay, here we go. There we go. Those rods are specific to various 333 hubs. They change the length of them for various bikes when the axle's different, when it goes in a different frame. So don't think that every Shimano 333, that this rod is all the same. They're different. So if you take it apart, make sure you know which ones is going back in, because it will be different. All right, let's put this on. Well, actually, Fred, this one doesn't say N. This one has a second gear stamped into it. See? Oh, no, you're right. Look at that. N is second. Fred's right. I'm wrong. Okay. Pop this in. We greased that rod. The wheel is where we want it. We added a link. That's good. That's where we want it here. We could go like that, but that's wrong. We'll put it right there. hopefully this thing's gonna work. All right, now we have changed, so you won't even reach. It won't even reach. And I don't want to mess with this bolt. I do not want to mess with that bolt. We've moved the whole wheel back, a whole 2 lengths, which is correct now. We'll adjust this fender in a minute, but I don't want to mess with that bolt. I'm never touching that bolt again. So we can either make this go up, which we don't want to. We're gonna mess with this. We're gonna shove this back. Oh, what, an inch? Yeah, at least an inch. Yeah, we don't want to mess with that. We're good. Because we have room on the housing, plenty of room. All right, so let's go back an inch. Let's see if that does it. I'm not going to put the whammy tighten on that yet. Just going to see if this is going to be okay. Yeah, I think this is going to be okay. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little more down. Plenty of room here. And you know what? I'm going to leave it be. Yeah, this is already, I thought there was more room. We'd have to move this back in. We might still move that a little bit. Okay, we're going to let that be. Let's see if it shifts now. Here's third. Yeah, we're rubbing on that fender. We have to adjust the fender now because we kicked the whole wheel back where it's supposed to go. And second, first, second, third. Shifts perfect. I'm not quite happy with how tight this is, but we can put the bars down in a little bit, or we can move this out a little. We're good. We're just going to let that be. Let's adjust this fender right now. I forget what size these are, 1/2 inch. Come on, folks. I didn't bring all my tools out here. I was trying to keep the kitchen clean. I didn't bring everything. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll just have to use this, I think. Yeah, we're just going to have to use this. Okay, so what we did was we added a link and we shoved the wheel back, and now it's rubbing against these stays, but no biggie. Murray bikes, Western Flyer, Murray, have a very easy adjusting. And if you look on this side here, come here, you guys, you got to see. If you look, you can see that this stay is already way in. This one's right, but see that space there? So someone pushed that in probably when they were messing around with like putting the new chain on and making it too tight. So we can just undo that and pull everything back. It shouldn't change the concentric shape of the Murrays aren't that specific. It's not going to change this concentric shape. All right, so we'll do this one side. Pull it. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, we pulled that one out pretty good. This one's loose. Let's see if we can pull this one a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, cheaper bikes are just a little easier to adjust the fender. Schwinn's are a bit more precise. And these holes on the fender stays are so big, and there's plenty of room. What it is the frame isn't made to specs. You know, the frame is so. I hate to say it, but the frames are so out of spec that. Yeah, there we go. The frames are so out of spec that they had to put huge oblong holes in the fender stays because they're just so bunk. Okay, we have a running 3-speed. And this tube is holding. That's good. I don't think we're going to get to everything today. It's getting late, but let's just pump this tire up, even though the rim liner is bad, and we'll test it around the room. We'll just put a cable tie on this piece of junk for now. We're not going to get to everything tonight, folks. Oh, look, here's some little. See, these are smaller rods. These don't fit this hub. They're smaller. I don't know if they fit. So. Okay, let's just put a little air in this front one and take it off the stand and ride it around a little bit. And just make sure the frame and fork are straight. If this tube doesn't hold air, then we might keep going and just put a liner on this. The rim liner is bad on this rim in the front. I know, boys. Give me a break. Okay, we have a running bike with much ado. Almost 2 hours, hour 43. Is it a good bike? No. Is it a $7 bike? Yes, it's a $7 bike. And I'll put a bread tie on this or something. Just for a second. Yeah. Look, I've got a green one. I've got some green bread ties. Yeah, you know, we're high class here. You know, we color coordinate things. We're just going to put this on here for a second. Yeah, this is just temporary. We're just testing the frame and fork right now. We have gears. We have a little air. Before I take this anywhere, we're going to go through the tubes and tires. And the tires don't really look that bad, actually. But before we go anywhere, you know, before we go to Bent Creek, we'll put new liners in, repack the front wheel, and a better 3-speed cable maybe. Although this one turned out pretty good, man. You know, there's first. I don't really have much brakes. Okay, I'll take it out here. All right. Kickstand barely works.
All right, we have a running 77, 78, 76. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure that the graphics are screaming out mid 70s for sure. That's when they did all the, that's when Huffy and Murray did all the color coordinated stuff. You know, when they started making seats and grips the same color. They were way behind on Schwinn. Like Schwinn would do that, you know, in the early 60s and stuff. Come on, get off of here, dude. What are you doing? Dude, I know. Come on. I know, we're going to feed you. Don't worry. My dogs they're bumming. They're hungry. Okay, so, yeah. We're going to test this, and then we're going to sign off because our dogs are hungry. And N is for second gear. Normal. N is for normal, Fred, which there's nothing around here that's normal. Okay. We're going to test this right now. The dogs are probably going to bark. It's hard to say if it's straight. Can't really get it. Feels like it's straight. I'm sitting so low on this thing. Yeah, the frame is straight. It's not bad. It's way low for me. You know, everything's got to come up. And it's really low. But it's not bad. We're in first right now. Let's just check second under load. Scout lets me. Come on, buddy. Here you go. Okay, we're going to go to second. There's second. Okay, there's second. And there's third. Okay. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. And, quiet. We did it. We did quite well. We made a running bike for a $7 scrap bike. Let's give the dogs a treat. They were pretty good sports about the whole thing. Dinner's coming, boys. Don't worry. Okay, boys. Here you go. There you go. Look at them munching. They're a good sport. Yeah, we took a $7 Western Flyer grips and green seat, and it still needs a lot to go before I go and test this thing. The seat has to come way up and maybe even a longer post. And we need new. The tires don't look too bad on this, but I'm going to go through the tubes and liners. And it needs to have different brakes. The brakes that are on there, I'll switch it over to some of these because these brakes that aren't here are really nice, and I can use those on another bike. Those are Cane Creeks, and the fronts are pretty good too. And look at this little brass bolt here. That's Mountain. Yeah, it's got to be. We got to do the right thing. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Not too many people knew about this one, but I'm just getting that one last live feed in. Hey, have a good day, and it's the only channel that matters. You know, we get it done here. Look at that. That's just absolutely beautiful. Okay, have a good day.